What's going on, everybody? My name's Darby Weiss. This is the Iron Emporium Royal Rumble Show.
Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Darby Weiss. This is, of course, the Iron Emporium. Welcome back. It's been a hectic weekend. It's New Year's weekend. You know, it's Sunday now, so let me just come right out and say it. You know, I'd actually recorded a whole show earlier today. Everything went swimmingly, but there was this weird grainy noise in the background. I couldn't get it to come out. Tried working with it in post. Couldn't get it to come out. Don't know what happened. Anyway, so this is all round 2 now for the day. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So hey, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that it's the new year. You know, we're into 2022 now. What more can you say, right? It's time that, you know, if you're in the gym, you're going to start seeing all the New Year's resolutioners. There's people going to be all around you all the time, you know, with this New Year, New Me bullshit. But yeah, not you, not me. We don't do that, right? We're just here to work. We're here to work hard. That's what we've always done, and that's what we'll always continue to do. Anyway, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and, if you don't mind, take a second, hit like and subscribe. Helps me out, helps the show out. Share this show with your friends. Share it out. Help me spread the word. That helps out a ton. Also, this is now on Spotify, so it'll always be uploaded to Spotify just the same. So definitely check it out there if you're a Spotify user. You know, make sure you jump over there and check it out. I'm going to try and maybe work with Apple Music and Pandora as well. Pandora's hard because you have to like actually, I mean, I already pay for Spotify Premium, so that didn't matter to me. But like you have to pay Pandora to be on there, which I didn't realize that. But anyway, I'm working with them. Maybe I'll get something worked out down in the future for that. But Apple Music, I looked into it. It's a little bit more technical than I have the ability for right now, but we'll get there. Anyway, let's just jump right into the show, right? Because it's New Year's weekend. It's, as I'm recording this, it's the 2nd, it's Sunday. So hey, you know, Happy New Year's to all of you. And you know what? Let me start by saying something. If you made a New Year's resolution to, you know, do X, Y, or Z throughout the year, good on you. What I'm going to ask you to do, and it's something that, you know, I will hardline ask, all right? Not even kind of like dick around with. I'm just going to come straight up and ask you. Hold yourself accountable. If you made a resolution, don't get to May, don't get to June, don't get to August, don't get to October, don't get to December and decide, I'm done with this now, it's close enough. If you made a resolution, fucking stick to that goddamn resolution, alright? So enough of that. I won't hammer on that anymore. It just drives me insane when you see people make resolutions and by May they're done, and it's long forgotten part of their early year. But that's what I'm going to talk about, all right? You know, New Year, New You, or New Year, same old bullshit. You know, what train are you on? You know, and okay, look. So, something I've always talked about, and I've always had kind of in the back of my mind, is that you shouldn't, all right, I don't think that you need an entire year to make changes. I don't think you need an entire year to see new results. I don't think you need to span out these quote unquote goals over an entire year just to, I don't know, just to make things last. Like what's the point of that? What's the point of stretching out? Okay, let's talk money for a minute, right? Let's say what am I looking for? Okay, let's say you want to put away $100 a month, right? So in a year, you know, you've squirreled away $1,200. That's awesome. Good for you, right? Okay? So I'm a you know, vinyl music guy, right? I've got my collection of vinyls. I love vinyl, but it's expensive. you're looking at somewhere between like 20 and 50 or more dollars per album, right? When you can go on Spotify or you can go on Pandora and listen to that shit for free, or YouTube, right? So if I'm buying 2 albums per month all year long, I'm looking at just shy of probably $100, somewhere between $50 and $100, right? If I'm trying to save $1,200 by the end of the year, right? If I'm trying to put $1,200 into my savings account by the end of the year, wouldn't it be smart to maybe buy 1 album every other month and take that extra, say, $100, right? So now in 6 months, you've saved $1,200. If you can put $200 away, right? So it's the same thing. Shorten these goals. Don't. And I'm not saying you can't have, if you want to say like stop drinking carbonated beverages, stop drinking soda, or maybe stop drinking beer or whatever, and you want to do it for a year, that's cool. I got it. All right. But if you're making these goals all about this long-term bullshit, like, all right, so you're going to get in the gym, right? All right, I'm going to work out for a year. I'm going to, have this goal by December 31st. I'll do X, Y, or Z, right? Hold on, stop. Hit the fucking pause button, because that you're setting yourself up for failure right before you even get started. And you know why you're setting yourself up for failure? Because you're taking time. You're not giving yourself a strict timeline. If you say, I want to be able to deadlift 315 pounds by December 31st, and as of January 1st, January 2nd, right, today, you can already do 225. Why are you giving yourself an entire year? I'm not saying you should rush things and hurt yourself. No, what I'm saying, obviously be smart about it, right? But what I'm saying is, instead of going, I have all year to complete my goal XYZ. Set your goal, all right? It's January 2nd. Set it. I have until May 2nd to accomplish, this goal. I have until May 2nd. That means now you're going to be stressed. You're going to have to crunch. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to stay dedicated for 5 months, not 12 months. Can you stay dedicated for 5 months and actually hammer out a goal, or are you too weak-willed to hammer out that goal in 5 months? And now it's going to take you, 12 months, 15 months, 24 months, or you just never accomplish it at all because you didn't hold yourself to a standard where you were going to be stressed for time. All right. Arnold Schwarzenegger told this story. This was several years ago, right? He told this story, and he said he had just finished competing. He just won the Mr. Olympia, and Bob Dreyfus came to him and said, I want you to star in a movie, alongside all these other actors as Conan the Barbarian, right? And the thing is I need you can't weigh more than 210 pounds. And Arnold Schwarzenegger had said, I was like, well, I just won the Mr. Olympia. I was at, top of my game. I was 248 pounds or something like that. And he had 6 months to drop from 248 all the way down to 210. So he had to envision himself as a lean athlete, and that's what he was really talking about. But what I want to focus in on is the fact that he had such a narrow window. Now, of course, all right, got it. A lot of us cannot lose weight, can't lose 30-something pounds in 6 months. Not healthy anyway. I mean, yeah, you could probably do some serious extracurricular activities and get down that much, but that's not gonna be healthy for you, right? What I'm saying is, you look at what he had to do, right? He had a narrow window of opportunity to make that happen. He had a narrow window in which he had to fit, he had to prioritize losing weight to fill this role, right? And it was a priority for him. So then he said, I would envision myself as a lean athlete, all these other things, right? So that's what I'm getting at. If you're envisioning yourself doing X, Y, or Z, in a year, cut it in half. Cut it in half. If you have this goal, I'm going to tell you right now, if it's a goal to bench press X amount of weight or get in X shape, right? Like if you want to lose X number of pounds, take that goal and cut it in half. So if you've got 12 months, 1 year, now you've got 6 months. Start prioritizing your time, because now you're focused on, I have 12 months to make this happen. Now I only have 6 months to make it happen. My timeline is condensed. You're stressing yourself to achieve the desired result. And instead of stretching out over 12 months or whatever, now you've taken this goal that you have in your mind, that you've written down, that you see for yourself, and you're condensing it into a place where you can actually legitimately achieve something that is not only possible but is realistic, right? Because let's be honest with ourselves, right? You, me, and everybody. Let's be honest with ourselves. How realistic is it for you to stay dedicated to something, to one thing, for an entire year? For an entire year, you have no choice but to stay dedicated to one thing. How realistic is that? To go through all this time? Probably not very realistic, is it? I wouldn't say so. I have a hard time focusing on things for like 20 minutes, let alone a year. But hold on, hold the phone. It can be done. There's no reason why it can't be done. There's no reason why it shouldn't be done. You can do it in a year. You can do it in 6 months. You can do it in 4 months. If you put your mind to it, if you drive, if you start obsessing, right? C.T. Fletcher always talks about his magnificent obsession. What is your obsession? Is your obsession to achieve this goal? Then why are you stretching it out for a year? If you have a goal that you think you can stretch out to make Phil from January 1st to December 31st, if that's a goal, it's not a very good goal, because you should want to achieve it and accomplish it fucking now. Not in 12 months from now, not in 5 months from now. Now, right now. It should be a priority, and if it's not a priority, then you're doing it wrong. Alright, look, it's a new year, it's a new season, it's a new month, week, new day, it's a new moment. Make it yours. Take control of it. Make something out of that individual moment, right? Just take the second. And stop. Here's the thing, right? I've said it a million times before, and I'll say it until the day I die, right? Stop waiting for the right moment to do something and just start doing it, right? It'd be like, I'm going to wait till May when it warms up to start working on my beach body. What? By the time it's May, you should already be there. If that's your goal, don't wait for the ideal conditions. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start doing it now, because it is so important to fight for what you want now, as opposed to putting off. Because here's the thing, right? If you put something off and you put something off and you put something off, eventually you're going to forget about it. Or worse, it's going to be devalued to the point where it doesn't matter to you anymore. It's not interesting to you anymore. It's not something that you have any interest in. And that is the worst thing you could do to yourself, because maybe it was something that on January 2nd was super important to you. Maybe losing that 20 pounds was super important to you January 2nd. But if you put it off and say, look, I'm going to start next week. Look, I'm going to start, in 6 months from now. Then I'll start. I'm going to start after Valentine's Day. By the time Valentine's Day comes and goes, by the time hold on, let me see. Where's my phone? There it is. Let's just see. What's next Monday? The 10th, right? By the time the 10th comes around, you'll have probably lost interest. That fire won't be lit under you like it is right now. And that is where you're going wrong. Start right now. Don't, and here's the thing, right? A lot of us are so scared to fail. We're scared of failure. We're scared of that idea of not accomplishing, right? Well, let me hit you with something, right? I don't want you to overcome your fear of failure, right? I do not want you to overcome your fear of failure. I always want you to live in fear. I always want you to live in that fear of failure. The failure of not doing it at all. Failure is quitting because you're scared. Failure is not starting because you're scared. Failure is being scared of looking dumb or being corrected, or maybe, worse. What happens if you succeed, right? And I've said it before. Maybe that fear comes from the potential for success. Don't fear those potential disappointments, right? Don't fear bad days. Don't fear the shortcomings. Don't go to bed knowing that in your mind and in your heart you didn't give it your all. That's what you should be afraid of. That's what you need to be afraid of. Knowing that, man, I laid down tonight and I didn't give everything I had. I didn't do it all. That's what you need to be afraid of. That's what's hard. That's what hurts. But man, a lot of people, and I hear it all the time, right? I hear a lot of people say, I'm afraid to start doing something because I don't want to be judged. Who fucking cares? Or the other one I've heard a lot lately, and I don't get this one, right? I don't get this one. And maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But one that I've heard a lot lately is, and this is why I mentioned it, that they're scared of being corrected. Yo, if I'm doing something wrong, tell me I'm doing something wrong, because that way I can fucking fix it before I hurt myself or hurt somebody else or pass on some bad information. My biggest fear, if I'm doing something wrong, is that it doesn't get corrected and now I'm fucked later on, right? Maybe I'm trying to lose some weight and I've got this stupid, I know what I'm doing most of the time when it comes to things like that, but maybe I've got this stupid idea in my head where I'm gonna, try and do this weird macro counter bullshit, right? And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying, like, talking extremes here, right? Or let's say, I'm gonna try this miracle pill, right? That's a bad idea. I know that's a bad idea. And I would hope that somebody would correct me and say, yo, big dog, that's a bad idea. Don't do it like that. Try this way instead. They're not judging me. They're not looking down on me. They're actively trying to help me from keeping hurting myself, right? Maybe they know something I don't. And you know what? Here's the thing. If you're scared of being corrected, check your fucking ego at the door. Because if that's your biggest fear, is that somebody's going to correct you, well, you've got way bigger problems. Because if that's what you're afraid of, that means you already know you're not doing it right. That means you already know that you're not holding yourself accountable. That means you already know that you're bullshitting yourself. And that is unacceptable. That's what's unacceptable. Not anything else. Man, if you're so afraid to start because you're afraid of failure, let me tell you something. It's January 2nd. You better get out there and fucking get after it, because the year's already ticking away. There is no room for fear. There is no room for the fear of success, for the fear of failure, for the fear of judgment. There is no room for the fear of being scared, of looking dumb. There is no room for any of it. And I will, if you come to me and say, I've got this XYZ problem, I'm going to tell you, what are you so fucking scared of? I have got no tolerance for it, and neither should you. If you live your life in fear every day of success or of anything else, you are living a life of mediocrity, and I don't care. I will not help you. The best thing to do, if you're looking to succeed in something, the best thing you can do is cut ties, burn the boats, burn the bridges, and don't look back. Cut away your lifeline, because now you have no choice but to succeed. And success, failure, everything goes with it. You have no choice but to move forward. The year is going to keep moving on with or without you. Now start applying yourself. Get out there and get after it. Or don't. Or sit in the corner and cry and pout and bitch and piss and moan about how another year got by you without you applying yourself, without you achieving something. What did you do to set yourself up for that success? Did you do anything at all? Or worse, did you just get scared and cry and just walk away from it all? I'll be goddamned if somebody tells me I can't do something because they're scared. I'm going to hold you accountable regardless, right? If you ask me to hold you accountable, you will be held accountable. If you ask me, hey man, do you mind checking me on this rep? Hey man, do you mind spotting me on this set? Yeah, but you're going to do it right. You're going to be held accountable to the correct way. And you know what? I am not going to let anybody stop me from achieving my results because they're afraid. And you shouldn't let anybody stop you from achieving what you want to achieve in 2022. Look, we're into the 2020s, right? We're well in. We're on our way, baby. It's rolling. This train has left the fucking station. And if you're still sitting there cowering because you're afraid of what may happen, you got problems. You've got big problems. And nobody's coming to save you. That's just the way it is. Because here's the thing, right? When you go to bed tonight, think to yourself, tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's going to be different. You took your time off. Now it's time to work. Now it's time to drive. Now it's time to succeed. Sleep. Rest well, because tomorrow there is no more time for excuses and there is no more time for weakness. There is only time for results. And this is 2022. It's a new year. It's the beginning of the year. Happy fucking New Year's, boys. Now it's time to grind. And if you're sitting there thinking, well, I'll accomplish this by the end of the year, cut your fucking timeline in half. Cut it in half and start hold your feet to the fire. That's what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take for you. That's what it takes for me. Every single day, you better be holding your feet to the fire. You better be holding yourself accountable. You know what sometimes what it takes is getting one of those ginormous, those big old calendars, right? The big like desk calendar. Hang that fucker on your wall. Because, and every morning when you get up, write X, Y, or Z goal on it. Don't do it all at once. Write X, Y, or Z goal as you go through the day. Now pick your day, right? So let's say you want to lose 30 pounds by May. Let's just throw a number out. 20 pounds. Let's say you want to lose 20 pounds by May. That's an easily achievable goal, right? So you write May 1st. Goal weight. 20 pounds down from whatever you're at right now, right? And then every single day from January 3rd on, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is write goal weight, whatever it is, on May 1st. 180 pounds, right? If you're 200, 180 pounds. You write that down. And then at the end of the day, you cross it off. And then the next day when you wake up, you write goal weight, 180 pounds. And then at the end of the day, right before you go to bed, you cross it off. And that's an easy way to hold yourself accountable that costs almost nothing. Another way that costs absolutely zero is grow a fucking backbone. Grow a spine. Hold your feet to the fire, because nobody's going to do it for you. Not in this world. Nobody's going to do it for you except you. And it's time to stop waiting on other people. It's time to stop waiting on other people and start just doing it yourself. Because nobody cares about you as much as you do. And if you don't care about yourself enough to hold yourself accountable, well then you've got big problems, buddy. You've got big problems. because ain't nobody coming to save you. You're a fucking adult. Do it your damn self. I'm so tired of mediocrity. I'm so tired of excuses. Excuses sound best to the people making them, right? You make an excuse to me as to why you can't go to the gym today, I'm going to call bullshit. Because I found a way. Tomorrow morning I have to be in friggin' Panama City Beach or whatever at 4 in the morning to pour out some concrete, right? When I'm done for the day, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have my gym bag already packed in the car with my pre-workout and everything else I need in that bad boy already. And then as soon as I'm done at work, I'm going to change clothes and I'm going to take my ass to the gym. Because that's what it takes. That's what it takes to achieve goals. Because I'm holding myself accountable, and you should be holding yourself accountable. And if you're not holding yourself accountable, if you're not giving your all, I have no time for it. I have no more time. I'm out of patience for mediocrity, for excuses, for reasons why I can't. Give me one reason why you can, and I'll give you 7 more reasons why you can. They all end in why. So sick and tired of people who are just willing to be mediocre for no other reason than because it's easy. I'm so tired. I'm so sick and tired of it. I'm so sick and tired of the pathetic lack of drive. What happened to people? Why are the people, and you know what? Maybe it's not you, right? Maybe it's not. All right. So here's something, right? Here's a thought. Maybe it's not you. Maybe you are driven. Maybe you are motivated. Maybe you do have a good goal in mind. But the people around you aren't motivated. The people around you aren't driven. The people around you, the people that you surround yourself with, have no goals, have no drive, have no willingness to fail in an effort to build something else, in an effort to build something new, to build something bigger, to build something better. It's a thought. Maybe you should surround yourself with better people. Or maybe you don't surround yourself with anybody at all, because 99.99% of people are mediocre wastes of space that will do nothing but drag you down. Stand on your own 2 feet, maybe. If that's what it takes, then do it. Stop waiting. Stop. It just drives me absolutely insane, because you see so many people spend so much time caring what other people think. Stop caring so much about what other people think and start just attacking the day for yourself. God, I get so tired of it. It burns me out. And you know, maybe you don't care. Maybe you don't care what anybody thinks. But somewhere along the lines, you let that influence you. Maybe you didn't take it upon yourself that, oh, you know, X person doesn't want me to do this, so maybe I won't do that. Stop giving people that much leverage in your life. Because so many people that are going to be around you, and you know, it's great. A lot of people want to support us. They want us to succeed. But a lot of them don't want us to succeed that much more. A lot of people don't want us to really step out there. A lot of people don't want us to really succeed in that kind of capacity. And why is that? Well, it's because it'll make them feel bad about themselves. And I'm not saying everybody, but man, think about the people you surround yourself with. Are you surrounding yourself with people who are positive? With people who have the right mental attitude? With people who have the right capacity for what you're trying to accomplish? Or are you surrounding yourself with people who just exist in this world? Who are just kind of mediocre, who are just kind of there? Because man, if that's what you're surrounding yourself with, it's time to move on. And sure, we can't always, you know, distance ourselves from our coworkers or from our relatives or people that we call friends. It's hard sometimes, and it's not always necessary. But sometimes it is necessary to separate these different groups of people into just that, different groups of people. And you can open that compartment up whenever you feel like it, whenever you need that kind of interaction. And you can close it when they start to suck your life away. When you start to feel your motivation slip. When you start to feel that fire die down inside of you to accomplish your goals. Look, I'll finish with this, right? I'm going to cut it off here, right? Instead of saying I have all year to complete the goal of X, Y, or Z, set your goal. It's January 2nd now. Set your goal to May 2nd. You have until May 2nd to accomplish my goal. Then you have from May 3rd to whenever, December 31st or June or whatever, however long you think you need. However long you think you need, you cut that in half. You have from May 3rd until that day. Notice, it goes from the 2nd to the 3rd right away because there's no time to rest. There's no time in 2022 to rest. There's no time to take a day off because you think you're tired. You're not tired yet. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. Start stressing yourself out. Start applying yourself. Start focusing on what those goals are and really trying to accomplish them. And stop making excuses as to why today you can't do X, Y, or Z. Why today you can't start achieving. It doesn't take all year to achieve things, but it does take all year to be lazy. You do not need to stretch out some of these goals over an entire year, especially if they're goals that can be accomplished in 6 months, in 4 months. If it's something and you want it bad enough, you can accomplish it in any timeline you set yourself. So stop setting yourself these year-long, these 6-month-long, these, whatever. Stop setting these ridiculously long timelines for you to accomplish something that a little dedication and a little bit of drive and a little less mediocrity would accomplish in half the time. Think about your goals today, and then tomorrow put those goals into action. Think about them today, because tomorrow you have to start putting them into action. All right? And if you've waited this long, there's no more time for excuses. There is no more time for excuses. If you have to sign a blood pact with yourself, you do it. Find an easy way to hold yourself accountable. Maybe it's an alarm on your phone that makes you read it every day. I don't know. However that looks for you. However it looks for you. I gave you my suggestion. The big old calendar. Write your start date, write your end date with your end goal, and every day you fill in that end goal. And you cross that bad boy out. You have to look at it twice a day. That's twice. Once in the morning to remind yourself that you're accountable, and once in the evening to see if you actually held yourself accountable. Go out there and start making some changes in your life. Stop living waiting for other people to make changes for you, because guess what? They're not going to. Other people are not going to make those changes for you. Other people don't care enough because they see you as fine. It's time to be done with fine. It's time to be done with it's okay. I'll do it tomorrow. It is time to be done with that shit. Remember, excuses sound best to those telling them. The rest of us only hear the bullshit. All right. Thank you all so much. I hope you guys had a good, safe New Year's. All right. I know there's a lot of, stupid things that can happen during the weekend. Remember, tomorrow's Monday or whatever day, As I record this, tomorrow is Monday. I have to go back to work. We probably all have to go back to work. It's going to be a rough week, but you know what? That's good. Rough weeks are good weeks. Thank you all so much. Remember, stay motivated, stay driven. If you don't mind, drop a like, hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already on YouTube. If you don't mind, there is you can find me now on Patreon. I don't know if my little link thing is working just yet. Hopefully there'll be a link in the top right corner. You can click on that. And it'll take you right to the Spotify page. So go check that out on Spotify. It's the Iron Emporium Podcast. Otherwise, just type it in and it'll bring you right to it. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your day.